help is a big part of investment, even for late starters or for senior citizens. Budgeting is as important as it was in your 20s or your 40s, because our income typically gets capped at this late stage. So for that, we have to plan for it. One way to do it is a simple chitta of writing down the big 5-6 expenses that you have. It could be around home management, groceries. Track your investments, create a financial goal, and think about not optimizing your investments, but finding the right balance where you can take your money out from your investment, because your investment is for your benefit. If you don't enjoy it today, when will you? Essential budgeting for late starters or for retirement planning. Now you might say that Gaurang, अब आज क्यों जागे budgeting करने के लिए? क्योंकि ये तो चीज़ हमें हमारे 20s में हम करते थे या पहले होता था. The good context is that even for late starters or for senior citizens, budgeting is as important as it was in your 20s or your 40s. The reason it is because you still have some income as pension or fixed deposit interest rate or any form of investment return through systematic withdrawal plan. You might getting that, and you have your expenses, and unfortunately the food, the home expenses, the health expenses, or even the healthcare expenses is expanding much more higher rate than our income is expanding available, because our income typically gets capped at this late stage. So for that, we have to plan for it. One way to do it is a simple chitta of writing down the big 5-6 expenses that you have. It could be around home management, groceries. Help is a big part of investment, be it our helper, driver, whoever that might be, or a caregiver that we might have. Another area is healthcare. We are spending more and more on medicines, on doctor checkups, and so on and so forth. So it's good to track those as majority of our buckets. Around on the expenses side, right? As well as thinking through on our income context and just creating approximately knowing. And typically what happens is the male member in the house has been doing this in the past because they were the income generation, at least for seniors, which has changed in the younger generation a lot more. But it's very important to build a single plan, and it's even more important to share this with your children. Your children should know. And a lot of times seniors think that, oh, if my children get to know I make so much income, they will ask me for it. But essentially you're saving for them. But in most cases, seniors don't make enough income than the expenses that they have today or in the future. And letting your children know will help them plan their investment or their saving so that they can come and support you. It's simple, right? अगर पता ही नहीं है तुम्हारे बच्चों को या हमारे बच्चों को कि कितने प्रॉब्लम होती है, and I have tried to ask my father this. He will typically not tell me because he has surplus. But I know a lot of seniors don't end up having this conversation with your children. So that is very important to track your expenses. And also, like you in your 20s and your 40s, you had financial goals. It is important to build it. Yes, once we don't have a regular income, we can't plan for it. But any form of additional surplus that we have, can we think about long-term investing in mutual funds that we can withdraw later on, or even in fixed deposits if you want to be safe and secure. But it's good to build a plan. We don't need to do this more than once in 6 months, or even once in a year is good. It's not supposed to cause any stress or anxiety, because I know money has caused us enough anxiety. I think these part of when in the retirement phase, we should truly enjoy not just our money, but our time with our family, our friends, and especially our grandchildren. I think grandchildren are also a great reason to ensure safeguard, because by that time there are enough conflicts between, and I'm just sharing my case, right? I have enough conflicts between me and my father. Typically my mother relationship is amazing, but my father relationship is only around tax. That's the only conversation I have. So that's another area to think about, to plan for tax, not just for yourself, but to teach the younger generation on how are the means for that you have saved tax. It might not apply to them, but those conversations are important. So even for this thing, track your investments, create a financial goal, and think about not optimizing your investments, but finding the right balance where you can take your money out from your investment, because your investment is for your benefit. If you don't enjoy it today, when will you? But it's also for your grandkids if you don't want to leave it for your children around the same. So that's a way to overall think about tracking and managing your financial state and planning for your future.